Hey guys, this is my cat, Pumpkin. She randomly decided, hey, I'm gonna come up here and basically photobomb you. So I hope it doesn't distract you very much. I want to talk to you about Vermont's elections and Phil Scott. So I voted on election day. It was very early in the morning. We tried to get there as early as possible, just in case there are a ton of people ready to vote on election day in Vermont, where Trump gets like 30% of the vote. So yeah, there were like 50 people there. I'm assuming that a lot of us were voting for Trump. I heard a few people that were behind me while I was waiting to fill out my ballot say that they were going straight red down the ticket, which made me smile. I was like, yes. I had hopes. I had a lot of hopes. I had hopes for Vermont. Not that we would ever turn red. We haven't since, I believe, Clinton or even the 80s. But I was hoping that we would get a larger percentage than we did last time. And in 2016, I want to say we pretty much got the same percentage of votes from Vermonters, which to me is suspicious. Because everyone that I have talked to about voting decided to vote Trump. Even people that never vote or could care less about politics. They care about their country. They care about what's going to happen to their money. They care about the things that affect them and their family and their friends. They really didn't want to lock everything down again and force everyone to wear masks and stop fracking and make a lot of people lose their jobs. And so basically the people that were informed voted Trump. The people who were not informed but think they're informed either didn't vote or they voted for Biden. I'm disappointed in Vermont. I am. I was hoping we would at least get like 35%. I think he struggled to get all the way to 30%, but he made it. He did get there. At least he did on election night. I don't know if they changed anything. Who knows? Because it seems like this is like the MO of the Democrats now. This is how you win an election. Rules? Pff, we don't need rules. All we need is the opportunity and the mail-in ballots, because there's no chain of custody. There's no real way to guarantee that these are legit votes that went through the mail. There was literally a van, I think it was election night, that said Biden-Harris on it. And apparently big sacks of ballots were coming out of it. They're not even hiding it. They're like giving us a big middle finger and dancing around and being like, haha, we're still in the election. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Because you're wussy. Because you're losers. They may not be straight up saying that, but their actions are saying that. And it makes me want to fight. I want to fight so hard. I don't know whether or not we're going to end up winning this, guys. I'm like 25% in the Trump will win in the courts category. Maybe that will change. I'm definitely a higher percentage than somebody, say, like Tim Pool, who I think was like 99% sure that Biden will be our president. Oh, I gotta believe that good will triumph over evil. Good will triumph over evil. I have to believe that. Otherwise, what can I believe in? And what am I going to look forward to? Communism? Socialism failing, turning into communism? Having to pay $1,000 for a slice of bread? $1 million for my toilet paper? I don't know. I don't know what will happen, but I know that inflation is on the horizon if we have a Biden presidency. He's going to lock everything down. He's going to stop fracking. He's going to force us all to wear masks, possibly in our home, for God knows how long. I digress. What I really want to talk about is our RINO in Vermont, Phil Scott. Now, it was interesting on election night when Vermont turned blue, which didn't take very long. Phil Scott also won his election. Now, Phil Scott is a Republican. He ran for re-election, and it was pretty much a landslide, no problems getting that re-election. So, Phil Scott, he is a RINO. That's probably the only reason why he got reelected in super liberal Vermont. Might as well have a big sign on you that says RINO, okay? Why aren't you running as a Dem, Phil Scott? Because you signed off on late-term abortions here in Vermont, so thanks for that. People are coming here to abort their fully developed babies. Not even fetuses, we're talking babies. Phil Scott said, all right then. I had no choice. If I was going to vote straight red down the ticket, Phil Scott was my only option. And of course, Scott Milne, the guy that was running for lieutenant governor, didn't win. So now we have a Democrat, again, as lieutenant governor. Basically, nothing will get done except pushing liberal things, pushing the liberal agenda. Phil Scott might pretend that he's fighting against it. He's fighting for us. The 30% of people who don't want this state to turn into California, pretending that he's representing us, but yet he's passing liberal bill after liberal bill. It's very, very frustrating. Phil Scott, I doubt you'll ever see this, but if you do, you are a disappointment to Vermonters everywhere. Vermonters that are paying attention are disappointed in you because you are a baby killer, or at least you are allowing baby killing here in Vermont, and that is messed up. So Phil Scott, he's going to vote for Biden. Now that's kind of a problem because I do believe if Trump does have a way, if Trump has a way through the courts to win the presidency, it's going to go to the state delegates. Now, there are more Republican state delegates than there are Democrats, so that's great. But then you got to worry about the RINOs. People like Phil Scott, who will vote Biden, who would vote Biden. Those people. The only reason why Phil Scott is our governor is because he basically acts like a Democrat and panders to all of the liberal people. And he runs on a Republican ticket because it's much easier to get re-election that way. It's easier for people to see you if you are the only Republican candidate. I'm trying to remember what the primaries looked like, and they were not that impressive. And I know, Vermonters were pretty happy with Phil Scott and how he handled COVID, and I have to agree, I think he did a good job, but I hate this mask mandate he has. Do you want to know the last time that I went to a store to buy something? I don't know. It's been months. Months. I haven't gotten to the point where I go to the store with no mask. Pretty much the only place that I have been was my doctor's appointment, and they made me wear a mask, and my doctor literally said that masks are unnecessary, and she feels the need, she has to wear them when she jogs in the morning because of social pressure. But she said that behind closed doors, the doctors and the people that are in charge basically saying that masks not so good for you, and there should be a lot more tolerance to people who can't wear them for medical conditions. And don't force your children to wear masks. That should be some form of child abuse. Your children should be able to breathe. Let your children breathe, especially your babies. I saw this. I saw a baby wearing a mask. Yeah, I saw that. I can't imagine that that will be good for their brain development, but what do I know? So Phil Scott, big disappointment. But I'm not surprised, because if you're going to be a Republican who wins in Vermont, then you probably have to be a Democrat who is running as a Republican. There's no other avenue. I don't know what the fate of Vermont is. I don't know what it will take to not turn this place into a liberal cesspool. I bet it will only take like a decade to start turning it into a liberal cesspool. We do know that Howard Dean never did anything about the growing opiate problem that was going on in Burlington. People from New Jersey, New York, and a lot of larger cities were coming here with cocaine and opiates. And I know this because I had friends and family who had problems with opiates. So I saw it firsthand. Howard Dean did nothing. Not only that, but he sealed his records from when he was the governor. For how long? I don't know. 20 years? One of these days we'll find out exactly what he did with his money and his time. And maybe what happened to that methadone clinic that was so badly needed at the time. Anyway, this is not to slam Howard Dean. Yeah! That guy that ruined his campaign. Yeah! Meanwhile, Joe Biden is threatening foreign countries that he will not give them any money from the United States foreign aid unless they fire prosecutors that are looking into businesses that his son is affiliated with. Yeah, that happened. This is the world we're living in, guys. 20 years ago it was, yeah! That was what got you eliminated from being a presidential candidate. And now I guess you can have a crackhead son, you know? There's enough sympathy out there for drug addicts that I guess that it's okay. But I feel as though a lot of what is going on would destroy any other president, regardless if he was already in office or running, especially running. So this is the world we're living in, and Phil Scott is who we are stuck with for another 4 years. I guess it could be worse. So I'm just getting updated about the newest press conference Phil Scott had. This was on NPR, and here we go. Quarantine, 14 days if you come here, or 7 days after you get your COVID test. Yes, if you want to visit friends and relatives for the holidays, plan accordingly. Oh wait, Phil Scott just made it so that we can't have family gatherings or social gatherings for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for Kwanzaa, for Hanukkah, for anything, really. I thought we had Phil Scott as our governor, not Gavin Newsom, but it's starting to feel kind of like Gavin Newsom. However, he's not as bad as Gavin Newsom because Gavin Newsom is responsible for the death of many elderly people when he decided it was a good idea to put COVID-positive patients in with the most vulnerable elderly people in the nursing homes. Yes, he did that. Look it up. I promise you it's true. I know I'm probably repeating something I already said, but it breaks my heart that that ever happened. I can't believe more than one governor did this. It really hurts. Like, imagine if it was your parents. Imagine if it was your grandparents. And it was because of a mandate by the governor to do that. There's no reason for it. So Phil Scott, I guess, is going to outlaw Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything else. And you're trapped here. If you're in Vermont, you're trapped here. So I guess get used to the Green Mountains, baby. Because you ain't going anywhere. And neither am I. And that's just the way that it is. Unfortunately, I know people, my SO, who can't even visit his mom. And you saw the video that I made before for Prayers for Deanna. And he can't see her. He can't see her. She's in New York. And he's in Vermont, and there's a 14-day quarantine, and it's just not possible. And he's not the only one that can't see his family, and he is afraid that his mom is going to die alone. And there's nothing he can do about it. There's nothing any of us can do about it, I guess. Resist, right? Hashtag resist. This is the real resistance right here. And Phil Scott, you can suck it. Seriously, just suck it. Sick of this crap. We literally have 59 deaths in Vermont. 59. We just had our 59th death like a week ago. And every death is tragic and it's sad, but 59 deaths. And we've been doing this since March. And we've been wearing masks. We've been forced to wear masks since August. There's no end in sight. I'm 59 deaths, okay? Should we really be acting like we're California with 59 deaths? I don't think so. I think that that's crazy. Want to keep the number down low? Fine, whatever. But, I mean, it's literally been months. Please let us celebrate Christmas with our family. I swear there's something else going on here, and it's not just COVID. And I don't want to get all conspiratorial, but this feels like it's about control. And Phil Scott, being the RINO that he is, enjoys controlling us Vermonters. My mother's visiting, and the dog's going crazy, so I'm going to cut this short, and I will see you guys next time. God bless America. Bye. If you like content like this, please watch me, like me, share me, or subscribe to me. I'll see you out there in YouTube land. Bye. If you like content like this, please watch me, like me, share me, or subscribe to me. I'll see you out there in YouTube land.